Hi guys, I'm going to just talk through 7, 8, 9 and 10 today. I'm going to do a few examples on 7 and I'm going to let you work away with them yourselves then. Okay, so we're using our fraction method for all of these again today, like we've been doing over the last few days. So question 7, the following people are traveling to different places in the country today. Work out how many kilometers each has traveled already and place them in order, starting with the person who has traveled the furthest. Okay, so I'm going to look at Alison and I'm going to look at Alan. Okay, so using our fraction method, 30% of 210 kilometers. So we know that 30% as a fraction is equal to 30 over 100. Can I break that down further into a simpler fraction? I can by dividing by 10 or crossing out my zeros. I get 3/10. So now I'm getting 3/10 of 210 kilometers. How do I get 3/10 of 210 kilometers? I divide 210 by 10 and multiply my answer by 3. Okay, so I always divide by the bottom, multiply by the top. Okay, so 3/10 of 210. Get 110 first by dividing 210 by 10, which is equal to 21. I've made it I've simplified it here for myself. I've crossed out the zeros. Okay, so 21 multiplied by 3, okay, is 63 kilometers. All right, so 30% of 210 kilometers is 63 kilometers. Let's have a look at Alan. So Alan has gone 65% of 180 kilometers. So 65% equals to 65 over 10, or sorry, 65 over 100. Can I break that down? Can I simplify that fraction, 65 over 100? We've done loads of these. What did I divide into 100 and into 65 to get 13 over 20? Well, if we look at the bottom first, at the denominator, I've divided 100 by 5 to get 20. So whatever I do to the bottom, I must do to the top. So I divided 65 by 5 and I got 13. Now it's in the simplest fraction that I can get it to. So now I must get 13/20ths of 180 kilometers. Okay, so let's have a look. 13/20ths of 180 kilometers. So I divide 180 by 20. I've made it simpler again for myself. I've crossed out my zeros. So 18 divided by 2 is equal to 9. That's only 1/20th. 9 is 1/20th. So I must multiply by 13 to get 13/20ths. 9 multiplied by 13 equals 117. So it's 117 kilometers. So 65% of 180 kilometers is 117 kilometers. So the question asks us to start with the person who has traveled the furthest. So we know from these two anyway that Alan has traveled the furthest. He has traveled 117 kilometers to Alison's 63. Okay, moving on to question 8. So we have to read these questions very carefully, guys. So Barbara had €2.80 and had spent 40% of her money on a book. How much money has she left? So first of all, we need to get 40% of 280. Okay, so how would I get 40% of 280? Using my fraction method, 40 over 100. I'm going to let you break that down. Okay, break it down, calculate what the answer would be when I get 40% of 280 using my fraction method. But remember, I'm not finished there. How much money has she left? So I'll have to do a bit of taking away. Okay, so remember that for that question. A local concert hall has 850 seats. If 76% of the hall was filled at a concert last week, how many seats were occupied? So how many people filled the seats and how many seats were empty? Okay, so 76% of the hall was filled and 850 seats, that's the full capacity. So we have to get 76% of 850. So 76 over 100 will be our fraction. Remember, I can break that fraction down, 76 over 100. I have to get that fraction of 850 seats by dividing by the bottom and multiplying by the top. And I have two answers to get. I have to find out how many seats were occupied and how many seats were emptied. Okay. Last one. Susan got 85% correct on a recent test of 20 questions. So it's more or less the same. How many questions did she get right? Okay, so she got 85% out of 100. So 85 over 100. Okay, 85 over 100 will be the fraction. 20%, or sorry, 20 questions. That's how many questions she had in the test. Okay, so 85 over 100. We can break that down. Here's a clue. I've broken similar down here, 65. So what number can I use to break down 85 over 100? Then we have to get that fraction when we simplify it, and we can calculate then by dividing by the bottom and multiplying by the top. Okay, so how many questions did she get right? Because that one shouldn't be too bad. Best luck with those guys, and we will be talking about them in our Google Meet also, so don't worry if you're having any difficulty. So I'll talk to you later on. Thanks, guys.